We are back and we're live. I'm not sure I don't know what that means, but we're going to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back. Welcome back to But We Digress. We have digressed all of our way out of our podcast business. Basically, we realized it's been 4 months, but our two diehard fans, Molly and Emily Ferrari, are going to be thrilled that we are back.
Yep. Two people thrilled.
Two people that thrilled. Okay, so we have a fun topic to launch back into our conversation with, and go ahead and introduce it.
We're going to talk about weddings. Do you want to tell why we're talking about weddings?
We'll tell why we're talking about weddings, because we're both married, so there's no reason for us to talk about it, other than the fact that this whole wedding thing. So I'm on TikTok, obviously, Instagram. The whole wedding scene is absolutely crazy. I'm really glad that I'm married.
Yeah.
You and Richard have been married, what,
43 years.
No, Maggie. Come here.
43 years.
Come here, Maggie. 43 years. And so we're past the prime of having to worry about some of this stuff. But I've got 3 daughters, and I'm just seeing all this stuff play out. So at the wine shop, one of our friends shared with us yesterday that she got invited to a wedding. And we live in a small town in North Carolina, and this wedding's on the other side of the coast. And in order to go, she has to pay $165 for her own plate.
Plus, it's a black tie.
Yeah. And so our big beef is, like, if you're going to throw a black tie wedding, Maggie, just go do something. Come here, go. If you're going to throw a black tie wedding, why on earth would you charge your guests? Why would you charge your guests to pay for your own food?
No, it's insane.
That is the most ridiculous thing.
Besides insane, I think, personally, it's exceedingly rude to expect your guests, given the economic times.
Yes.
And the weirdest part, well, not the weirdest, the whole thing is weird, but she got invited to somebody's wedding who she hasn't spoken to in 10 years. So either they don't have many friends and we're throwing a wide net to get people at our wedding, or I don't know why you would invite. So I'm going to jump in with rule number 1 on a wedding. If you haven't talked to somebody in a year, let's just do 1 year.
Yep.
Don't invite them to your wedding, because obviously they're not a close friend. And at your wedding, that's who you want at your wedding, not just random cast of thousands
that you haven't talked to for 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe newly antagonistic toward you.
Well, that could be, but
I think that's a great first
one. And
one.
also the other part of that rule is, if you're not close with all your family members, you don't have to invite everybody with a leaf on your ancestry tree. Just pick the ones.
Hack off the branch.
Hack
off the branch. Prune the branches of the ones you don't want the little birds at your wedding.
Yes, exactly.
And move on.
That's my first rule. You haven't talked to them a year, don't invite them.
I think that's a good one. And all right, I'm going to add the second rule. If you're going to throw a fancy schmancy party, then pay for it. If that's your dream to do that, if you have always dreamed about having the big wedding with 150 people and the band and the black tie and the flowers that are 20 feet tall on your table, then, you do you, but don't make your guests pay for that.
Correct.
Because there's a good chance that your guests are already, especially if you were a friend of the bride, you were already paying for a bachelorette party. You were paying for probably 17 bridal showers. You're paying, if you're in the wedding, that's a whole new thing. You're paying for the dress, for the shoes, for the mental health support, just to try to get through the process of your friend getting married.
Usually you get your hair done.
The makeup, like the whole thing. It's like an all-in, like 1 month's, 2 months rent cost. And so if you are going to throw a black tie party, which again, if that's your purview, I say you do you, but pay for it. Don't expect your guests to foot their own bill to come to your wedding.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like maybe travel, but not once they get there. Like once they step through the doors of that reception, that is your cost. That's not your guest cost. Unless you're going to do, although Richard came up with a great idea,
What was it?
the drink tickets.
No. Oh, God, yes. Disregard that. Do not hand out drink tickets. But I have a bar tip. If you're trying to save money,
Maggie, come here.
you don't need to do a full out open bar.
No.
Okay, so you do wine, beer, some reds, some whites, water, soft drinks, and then pick 2 or 3 signature cocktails.
Yep.
Hopefully your guests will like them, drink them,
Yep.
so you can save money there.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to hand out tickets, nor do you have a cash bar where your
Right.
guests are paying for their own drinks at your wedding.
Well, I think that should be our number 3 tip is ways to save money. So let's segue into that.
Oh, I
because
have lots of those.
we're going to go number 3. So ways to save money. So she talked about the drinks. I'm talking about the giveaways at the end of the night. Don't give them weird seed packages with your bridal logo on them. Don't do that. The gift is them, every guest being able to enjoy in your day. I think you can be selfish about that. When you invite people to your wedding, you don't have to give them a big basket goodie
No,
bag when they walk out the door. That's a waste of money.
This is not a 7-year-old's birthday party where everybody gets a little favor bag to take home. Now, you can do, there are things you can do if you feel like you need or want to do this. So I had told Marty that one of the best weddings
This is great.
was in New York City. It was an evening wedding. I think it was black tie. Anyway, at the end of the evening.
Did you have to pay for your own plate?
No. At the end of the evening, when you said goodbye, you got a bag that had some bagels in it, some cream cheese, and a printed copy, which nobody reads anymore, of the New York Times. It was a perfect gift,
That's awesome.
inexpensive, and I went to that wedding probably 40 years ago.
And you still remember it.
Yeah, it was. I can tell you what she wore. It just made the whole wedding memorable.
And it was like kind of on brand, I'm guessing, too, for the couple. Like
Yes.
that suited them. So to your point, not a 7-year-old birthday party, but something kind of truly memorable. Now, I have also seen brides who have brought in a pizza truck at the end of the night, and the parting gift is a piece of pizza.
Yeah.
And whatever. And I think that's fine, but I'm telling you, and you can validate this, the tchotchkes that people walk away with from your wedding that you are spending all of your hard-earned money on is either going to go to Goodwill or it's going to go in the trash.
Yeah.
So
or they may keep it, put it on a shelf, and then when they're moving, they'll say, "What is this?" And they'll throw it out.
And they'll throw it out.
Yes. So you don't need to spend a whole lot of money, and it's not a requirement that everybody gets something later. Thank you very much suffices.
Yes, a hug or a handshake or a thank you, a sincere thank you goes a very, very, very long way.
And I have another tip-saving thing.
All right. Yes.
Don't hire a DJ. Don't hire a band. It's very expensive.
Hire me, I'll sing.
No, God, no, you don't want that. But what you can do is go on Spotify, and you and your future husband or wife pick out music that means something to you guys and that you think your friends will like and dance to and whatever. And that's much more meaningful than some DJ randomly. And I hate DJs anyway because most of them, they're stand-up comics and they're not funny.
Yeah, that is actually true. Well, so when Robert and I got married, we had a DJ, and it was, I won't say what his name was, but it was in the Bay Area. And at that time, we were moving to Nashville. And so we thought it would be fun to kind of go this certain direction. And the list we gave him was the do not playlist, not the playlist, but the do not playlist. We didn't need Money or anything by whatever that guy's name is. And we didn't want the Macarena or anything like that. But to your point, this dude didn't play anything we wanted. And we also, but we did give him our other list of kind of the must-haves. Yeah. And other than our first dance, he went completely rogue.
Yeah.
And the most fun, after he left and packed up, we brought out the Bose speaker and my phone, and we played all the music
that you had wanted to play.
that we had wanted to play and that we loved,
Yeah.
that we loved and that was meaningful to us.
Yeah,
And so
and
I think that's a good,
that'll save you a whole lot of money. And at my daughter's wedding, which was lovely,
I can imagine it was incredibly well done.
she said the only thing she didn't like about her wedding was the DJ because we don't know what he was doing. But I think it would be, and then you could even introduce or have whoever's pushing the button say these were, songs we thought by the new couple with you in mind as well as them. And that means something to people that you put the time in. And all it is time. It's not going to cost you. It's free, right?
It's free, yeah. Well, but then you also have to make sure that you have access. Like if you have it like
good speakers.
Yeah, good speakers so everybody can hear. Otherwise, you'd have people dancing in the corner. It's going to look a little odd.
Yeah, make sure that's the only expense you'd have is just, and you can rent them. Get some good speakers and just do your music.
And find a trustworthy friend to run that piece of it for you. Give them a little extra booze. I'm telling you, the night would be off to a great start. But
I'll come and push buttons.
I'll come and push buttons too. And I am not a stand-up comedian, although we kind of think but we won't be funny at your wedding.
We'll be quiet as church mouses. You'll never know we're there.
You'll know we're there. All right. So that was enough. Let me think another one.
Venue.
Venue.
So you can save money on a venue. Yep. If there's a lot of historic places or estates or houses, they can't carry them. So they will rent out their grounds or whatever. They're usually lovely. There's usually gardens involved, so you save a little money on your flowers.
I was going there next.
Yeah, the setting is beautiful. And it's half the cost of renting out the country club or whatever. So look for venues that are pretty already and then inquire whether you can rent it. And they probably can recommend people, because they do this all the time, who can bring in tables and chairs and your linens and stuff. So
you're going to have to always work on those kinds of venues. You always have to work with outside vendors. And they usually have a preferred vendor list. And a lot of these places actually have vendors, only vendors that they will work with. So they're vetted and all of that. The one place that I will, given that comment, which I completely agree with, the one place that I also think you could spend money on, and I'm not saying the full-blown shebang, but no, I wouldn't do that either. I think the wedding coordinator piece is really important, especially if you're doing a destination wedding and you're not kind of familiar with the area. At my wedding, I had my Terry, and she was my next door neighbor, and we took down a fence and had our wedding between two houses, and she ran interference for me the day of. I've offered to be two dear friends of mine who are getting married either next year or the following year. I offered to be their version of a Terry on their wedding day, so they wouldn't have to worry about coordinating things or if the flowers were there or not there. So I think I think a wedding coordinator can be a valuable piece.
It is.
If you're saving money everywhere else, that's one place I would put it, because that day is one day that you don't want to be worrying about all the details.
No, you want to have fun at your own wedding. And if the speaker goes out or something, they'll take care of it.
They'll take care of it.
So your day is your day, and you don't focus on anything else but that.
So we have don't spend on, and then now one do spend on. And the other one I'm going to say too, and I think this, I don't know, I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but it's on the flowers.
Yes.
It's on the flowers. I have seen absolutely exquisite. Okay, I'm going to give this example. In our small town in North Carolina, there was a bride that had come into the wine shop, and they were getting married here and at the country club. However, she was very specific. The only thing she wanted for her wedding on the tables, and they had like these long tables, was baby's breath. She wanted no flowers. That's all she wanted. I, at the time, did not quite understand that vision. But I went that day to Snoop and saw it, and it was absolutely one of the most breathtaking weddings I have ever seen. It was so elegant. and understated, and that the fact that the baby's breath was, and I mean, it was absolutely exquisite.
And if you want flowers, use only flowers that are in season. You're not
Yep.
flying the tulips in December
No.
from Holland.
No.
You know when certain flowers are blooming,
Mm-hmm.
when they're in season, they're cheaper. You can have your flowers, just use lots of greenery,
Yep.
which costs you pretty much nothing.
Yep.
And you can, if you have a good florist, they can make stunning arrangements. So be mindful of what season your wedding is, and then you can Google or something.
That's a good one.
What flowers are in season.
Well, and even Costco now does flowers.
Oh, that's
they,
right.
They do bulk flowers. Now you have to put them together, and if you have somebody who's a little bit handy, call me.
Don't call me.
Putting
I
arrangements
call
together. Those are other ways that, again, I'm not telling anybody not to use a florist, because I've been to weddings where the flowers were absolutely stunning. I used a florist when I got married, and the flowers were other than getting married, were one of the happiest parts of the day for me. They were just exactly what I had envisioned. And so we're not saying not to do any of these things. We're just saying think about them.
Yeah, just think about it. You do, it's your day. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if you're conscious or by necessity or just nature, where you want to kind of watch where your money is going, because the average wedding, I Googled this, because I can Google now.
She knows how on her phone. This is a very big advancement.
Yes, it certainly is. Average wedding across the whole country. Now, some places, obviously, this sounds low. But
Can I guess?
Okay, average.
75,000.
Oh, good God, no.
Higher?
No,
Oh,
lower.
oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I said, where the hell are you living? No, the average wedding today is about $35,000 to $40,000.
Yep.
So maybe some people that doesn't sound like a lot, but I think for a lot of people, you don't want to spend that amount. Take that money you save and go on a great honeymoon.
Yep.
Or, we're just trying to say that if you want to save money, there are ways. Another place you could have a wedding is, if depending on the size of your wedding, you can rent out a restaurant with a private dining room.
That's a great idea.
But also try and find one that's also got an outdoor space. So you can do cocktails out on the veranda, and then you go in and you have a dinner that your guests are not paying for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
there's no one, I don't want to hear any comments on here about somebody saying, oh, but yeah, I've already charged my guests $165. And everyone's fine with it. And we're telling you they're not.
yeah.
They're talking about it in a wine shop to us, and then we're talking to everybody about it. So none of it's okay.
And that's another, what she said something. She also got invited to, they call them hen parties. What are they?
Bachelorette parties. Yeah.
But that was a destination.
Yeah.
So she would have to fly. I can't remember where, but before the wedding, she had to fly someplace. So if you're going to have a bachelorette party, have it in your hometown, have it wherever, where people aren't flying to get to a weekend of, and I don't know why anybody want a whole weekend, but anyway, have some friends over, drink.
Oh, yeah.
And have a good time. You don't need to fly to Las Vegas for your hen party and then have your wedding in Cabo.
Well, and then this is what both my daughters have encountered already. I mean, let's get married in Rhode Island, but let's have the bachelorette party in Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get married in Montana, but let's go to Miami and have a bachelorette party. And so, I feel like there's,
unless your guest's last name are Bezos,
Rockefeller,
or who's the nutty guy, Tesla guy?
Oh, Musk,
or whatever. Most people can't afford to fly. First, it takes, hopefully, if you're not those people, you have a job.
Right.
And maybe you can't go for 3 days to Miami.
Right.
So do it local, and whoever's around you locally, they come. If somebody else, you can invite them, and if they want to make the trip, they can do it. But to make everybody have to go to some,
and And the whole thing about making, that's a really good point, because you can't make anybody, but the guilt is there.
Yes.
And it's also like, if these are some of your dearest friends, it's like this sadness of looking at your budget and saying, well, I'm going to have to pick two or one or two of these. I'm going to have to do one or the other.
Yeah.
Because I can't do both. And then just that sadness of feeling completely left out of something that's so important in the life of somebody that you love. And
Yeah.
I feel like if you could kind of now, also today's, newly married people, they have friends all over the country.
Yeah.
So we understand that we're not saying that
Right.
some people are not going to have to travel, but these like destinations, like, Greece, like
Yeah.
if I'm going to go to freaking Greece, I'm going to take my husband.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going for a bachelor. Oppa! Like I'm not
Yeah.
going for a bachelor or a bachelorette party. Okay. All right. So
I
those
went
are some-
back. Wait.
Oh,
I just
okay.
thought of something
All right.
else. Have-
We're digressing.
Look, this is a real digression. Back to the flowers. Do candles. They set the mood. My daughter, when she got married, we did candles everywhere. But she
Oh, I love
wanted
that.
more candles. I thought we were going to burn the place down. And it was like some addiction. We couldn't get enough candles. But it was absolutely gorgeous. So instead of, giant flower arrangements, we did arrangements and had candles all on the table.
And people will remember that.
Yes, it was lovely.
People will remember the candle
And
moment.
candles are cheaper than flowers.
They are, and you can get them in bulk.
Yeah.
And actually, so I did my 60th birthday party here at our
Mhm.
house, and I had candles out on our back patio. I took a risk for it being in November, but I went and got all these little, like little glass vases
Mhm.
at the dollar store for $2.
Yeah, no, you can do. It may be take a little more work,
Mm-hmm.
but a little work puts some money back in your
In your
pocket.
pocket.
And maybe you're thinking after you get married, you may want to get a house. Take the money you save, put it towards a
Put a
down
house
payment,
fund.
or a
Yep.
house fund.
Yep,
So-
100%. Okay. Number 4 of a tip: plan your marriage, not your wedding.
Oh, that's very deep.
That is,
Very
I
deep.
know that's kind of early. It's early in the day,
Wait,
but so
let me have
Yeah,
a sip.
well, okay. Here's what I mean by that. When people spend, brides and grooms spend a lot of time. Brides a lot, mostly. Well, no, it's a shared thing, but
Can be.
just the buildup for one day. And I would just caution everyone to think about it from the perspective of not a day of I mean, it's an important day. It's a very important
Yes.
day, but it's a day in your life with somebody.
Yep.
And I'm not saying like, go to Motel 6 and hope for the best, but if you spent the equal amount of time going through the hard questions with somebody you're going to marry, or even going to premarital counseling, or doing your own work, or whatever it is around what kind of marriage you want, what that looks like to be married. And I know most people think they've talked about it, and then the wedding's over and they come back from the honeymoon and they're like, well, holy shit, what is this?
Yeah.
And so I think I have these 2 friends of mine that are getting married. They are spending a lot of time planning their marriage, and their wedding day is very important to them. And they're very specific about what they're going to want because it's meaningful to them. They're not there entertaining 100 people.
Mhm.
They're there to get married to each other. And when you say it's their day, it will be their day.
Yeah.
And they already know what the next day after that looks like, and the day after
Yep.
that. And so that's I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I would, because you brought up a number. So I would think some people dream about 500 people. I don't know.
Yeah, their day being huge. And
I would,
Yeah.
this is personal opinion. So take
Well,
it at that.
That's the best kind.
A guest list of like 70 people, because you get to talk to you don't spend because this happens in big weddings. The bride and the groom spend most of their night going table to table to table. So glad you could come, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to be doing that all night long. So maybe you have 10 tables.
Mm-hmm.
So before you first answer, you go around, thank everybody personally, and then get on with the rest of the night for
Yep.
or day for yourself.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, that's a good.
yes.
Okay, number 5. It doesn't have to be on a Saturday. Now I
Yeah.
know we all have jobs, and I know we work, and I mean the reference I'm going to give is a completely fairy tale wedding. It's Paige somebody, but anyway, her wedding was absolutely exquisite, like right out of The Great Gatsby. And I'm not saying that. I mean, and she executed it beautifully, and it was in their budget. You could obviously tell, and everything was done. But she got married on a Tuesday. I love that.
See, I'm not wild about that.
Oh, see, I love that.
No, I would think Saturday's the big day. Oh, that's another tip. Don't do your wedding at the height of wedding season
No, well,
because all the prices are jacked up.
we're finding that now.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
finding that you will have very limited choices.
Yep.
So skip May and June. So go maybe do April, late April, depending on wherever you live and the weather is decent and stuff. But you could do a wedding on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Friday's
Cheaper.
fine. Okay.
People then can stay. They don't have to worry about work.
On Saturday.
Now, the other one, Saturday, I'd skip Saturdays. Although my daughter's was on Saturday. But anyway, or you could do a Sunday.
Mhm.
And you can whether if you want an email, but start it like at 3.
Yep.
People can stay, they'll have a great time, still be able to get home and get
Yep.
up for work the next day. And you'll find those are much cheaper if you're renting a venue or
Right.
a restaurant, anything, it'll be cheaper if you don't do Saturday.
But I also think the whole midweek thing, it can be doable if you plan it ahead of time. Because like my husband's traveling right now and he's taking time off, and he's traveling next week and he's taking midweek off. So you just have to know.
Yeah.
You just have to know about that. I mean, I'm not saying that would be the best time to do it, but I just think looking outside of Saturday as
Yeah.
the norm, I think is a good one.
Yeah.
That's tips number 4, right? Are we on 5?
I don't know. We're
rambling. Oh, I have one more.
Okay.
I have one more, and then we have to get to the wine shop.
oh my God.
oh my God,
This
it's
is our longest one
I
ever.
know, right? But it's
I wonder if,
chock full of information.
yeah.
We think it is anyway. Okay.
Oh, digital.
Digital what?
Okay.
She has a thought.
So
Number
when
5.
my daughter got, well, when I got, most people, they have, save the date. They have,
Oh,
well, I
yeah.
didn't have save the date, but, and the invitations and stuff.
Mhm.
Stationery can be very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stationery. It'll cost you quite a
Mhm.
bit. And then to have it all printed up.
Yep.
Go digital.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's an etiquette thing, I think. But I think you could save money if
You
you're
could.
inviting people of your own generation.
Yeah.
To them, that's not they send each other e-cards and e-bites.
Well, so yes, I think digital is an option, and I also think doing kind of a DIY, like going with Canva and designing it there and then printing it versus going to Cranes,
Yeah.
or like the wedding stationery where it's embossed and all
Yeah.
the things. We have a mutual friend who's getting married
Mhm.
this coming October, and she did all of her stuff on Canva, and it's absolutely gorgeous,
See?
absolutely gorgeous.
Well, then do that.
And then she had control over the whole thing. I mean, Canva, I use Canva all the time, thousands of templates.
Never heard of it.
Oh, we have some work to do.
All right. I Google. I
I
can
know,
Google.
I'm Googling. Okay, our last tip, and then we have to go to the wine shop.
Yes.
Last tip is this. Let your engagement and your wedding be your engagement and your wedding. Maggie, we'll feed you in a minute. And what I mean by that is there is the whole social media push to have a perfect proposal. And all these proposals I see where everyone is so shocked. They are not shocked. Now, the people that are shocked are getting proposed to on a hike, and they look like hell. And they literally are like, holy shit, I had the white dress hanging in the closet waiting to get proposed to. And they had no idea it was coming. And then they go online and they look at all these perfect Instagram proposals, or these Instagram, the rings and then all these things. And just, if you're going to be a flower in the garden, just grow. You don't care what the sunflower next to you is doing.
Mhm.
You don't care what the rose next to you is doing. Be the dahlia. Do your own thing. However you get however the proposal happens, whatever that ring looks like, it doesn't have to look, it shouldn't look like anyone else's ring. It should be something that the person who gives it to you, your fiance, future husband,
or wife,
or your person,
yeah,
knows you well enough to know you're going to love it.
yep.
Whether it's in trend or on trend or whatever. I wear my platinum band all the time. I have a Montana Sapphire that my husband gave me. It's broken right now. I need to get that fixed. But it's about you. It doesn't mean that you have to outbest somebody because people show only what they want you to see on social media anyway. So just make sure it's you. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, wait. I have one more.
Okay,
Two
number
more.
7, 8, 9, go.
Photographer.
Oh, that's a big
One photographer. Hire them for 6 hours. Do not hire a video whatever.
videographer.
Because, and when you're sitting as a guest in your chair and the video guy is moving, I went to a wedding like that. I couldn't even see the bride and groom. I mean, I was like, this is ridiculous.
We're on a film set.
Yeah, one photographer. You look at the pictures, you remember, you'll put them in a book.
Or do
And-
this, or do the
Thumb
QR
drive.
code or the QR code and
What's
just
that?
leave. People do on their phone. They print a QR code and then everyone can print it. They download the QR code and then all the photos they take during the wedding upload to a certain
See?
site.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Some of
Yeah.
the best candid
Yeah.
pictures ever.
Yep.
So much
one
fun.
photographer, no video, whatever they are.
Photographers.
The other thing, one last thing,
Okay.
the dress. So you can save money on a dress. You can go online. You can go to trunk sales. You
Oh, that's
can
a good
go
one.
to an off-rack sale. For my wedding dress, I wore it obviously on my wedding, and then I put it away thinking, oh, my daughter or something. Well, she wouldn't be caught dead in my wedding dress. I got married, there was like 30 years in between there. She certainly wasn't going to wear what at the time I thought was,
Fashion.
and it wasn't particularly a classic either. But so
Wasn't your way.
it's not a dress that really your daughter may want to wear, and you never wear it again.
No.
And so you could even get a dress like Gwen did. We got her wedding dress was actually like a bridesmaid
That
dress.
was when I got married
A
to Robert,
lot.
my dress was a bridesmaid's dress.
And it
Yeah.
was so cool looking, easily could be lopped off and just turn it into a cocktail dress or a party dress.
Yeah.
But be careful. I know people dream about their,
Wedding dress.
but boy, you spend a lot of money on that.
You
for-
do, but then if you're going to spend a lot, then dream. If your wedding dress dream is that princess dress, then cut somewhere else.
Mhm.
Don't put it on a credit card. Don't go into debt to
Yeah.
get that dream dress. Take away, then you're going to do the Spotify music and you're going to do ferns.
Yeah.
Like, there's always places to cut.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
right,
Anyway.
we've yapped for a very long time. We hope you found this incredibly helpful because we have experience. We've both been married before and now we're married. And so we have things to share.
Yeah. There you go.
And we're back and
Yeah.
we're going to be more regular. Now she's traveling next week, so it might be a little bit, but anyway, we're glad to be back.
Well,
And
we'll see you when we see you.
we'll see you when you see it. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.